Hi there and welcome to another Wellness Wednesday workshop. I'm Dr. Lori coming to you from Phoenix Family Wellness in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, in honor of the 4th of July, we are going to be discussing independence and focus on freedom. I want to remember that this is the anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, declaring our country's freedom. And that's something that we want to look at as far as our health is concerned. Now, before we get started, we were doing the wellness words here in the office, and I want you to grab a piece of paper and something to write with, and I want you to write down a few words. Now, we're going to address this at the end of the video today, but I want you to write these words. First one I want you to write down is commercial jet. Second one is lightning storm. Then I want you to write bathtub, aspirin, and adjustment. You're probably thinking, what do these 5 words have? What do I have to do with these 5 words? Well, what I want you to do as I'm talking, I want you to really think about these words too and put them in order based on their safety record from the safest to the least safe. So what do you think is the safest of those 5 words? And then go down to the most dangerous of those 5 words. And then we'll talk about that at the end. Now, going back to freedom and independence, I want you to think about what we talked about last week in regards to the medications and the why of chiropractic. I told you a little bit of my why and encountering the different medications my grandmother was on and the kidney failure and everything like that. Well, this right here is an example of what makes me appreciate my freedom. I got into chiropractic because of my asthma, because of this, something right here. I was tied to this. This never left my hand. It was always in my pocket. I went through 3 of these fast-acting inhalers a month before getting into chiropractic. I was also on 5 different medications 2 to 3 times a day. I went to the hospital for up to 2 weeks every year because of my asthma. I wasn't free. I was trapped. I was trapped in life and couldn't really live. I started working for a friend of mine who is a chiropractor, and we were at a seminar once, and of course I had my handy-dandy inhaler, never went anywhere without it, and I had just started, so this is my first seminar. I was still learning about chiropractic, and his wife, another chiropractor, grabbed this inhaler from me and started writing on it, and she wrote, "Soon you won't need this." Yeah, I kept this. There's a reason I kept this. I looked at it, I kind of smirked and looked at her like, oh, okay, that's funny. I've pretty much had this my entire life. Well, she was right when she wrote that, and I had to keep this because within 3 months of starting my chiropractic care, I went from the 3 inhalers a month and 5 different medications to only this 1 inhaler in 6 months. And by the following year, I only went to 1 inhaler through the entire year, and now I haven't had an inhaler in over 6 years. So she was right when she wrote, "Soon you won't need this." I'm free. I'm free from those medications. I'm free from having to feel like I have to be tied to this inhaler and have this inhaler be wrapped around my hand, be wrapped around it, and this really having my life. I'm able to live. I want you to think about freedom. What is it that you want to be free from? And how can we do that? How can we help you? So going back to those other words, the words that I had you write down, did you number those 1 to 5? What's the safest thing of those 5 things that you think is, based on the safety records? Well, the first and most safe thing of those 5 words is the adjustment, the chiropractic adjustment. Based on safety records, documented safety records, the adjustment is the safest of those 3. The next safe of those 3 is a lightning storm. After that, commercial airline, then the bathtub, and then the aspirin. So how many people do you know rush to a bottle to take an aspirin when they have a headache or when they have an ache or pain, and they have that bottle just like I used to have that inhaler? They don't go too far without having those pills, without having those painkillers, without having the ibuprofen because their body's hurting, or the different medications because of diabetes, of blood pressure, children with ADHD. School's going to be here before we know it. How many medications are parents going to be taking into the nurse's office with their notes saying, here's the stack of meds that my kids need to take? How many of our kids are no longer free or have never really been free because they've always been on medications? So in celebration of Independence Day, let's take the big steps that our forefathers took to make us free and get our freedom back as far as health is concerned. Get our families health free. Call the office at 602-569-7000 or visit the website www.phoenixfamilywellness.com, and we will help you find that independence and regain your freedom, your health freedom. Until next time, make sure that you continue to eat well, move well, think well, so we can live well, because we want healthy families for a healthier future. Thanks, and have a great one.